Hey guys, Slayer here! Today we have the ultimate budget Controverse Hold Void Warlock build in Destiny 2. We will go over the practical uses for this build, including fragments, gear mods, and exotic function. Now, with the introduction of Season of the Deep, you can head on over to Ikorra in the Tower Bazaar to pick up free exotic quests, among which you will net yourself a free Controverse Hold for your Void Warlock. If you learned anything in today's video, please hit the like button, as it helps to push the videos out to a wider audience. Also, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, because Ty1slayer makes educational videos all the time. See you on stream. Starting off with our subclass, we run the Nova Bomb, Cataclysm. Healing Rift, of course. You do Strafe Glide or Burst Glide, your preference. Melee applies Volatile. Then Vortex Grenade, of course, for our exotic. You want Chaos Accelerant in the aspect, so you can actually overcharge your grenade, your Vortex Grenade. Then you're going to want Feed the Void. Defeat a target with Void ability to activate Devour. While it's active, any final blows will extend. You want Echo of Remnants. Increase the lingering grenade effects of your Vortex Grenade. Then you will want Echo of Undermining. Void grenades will weaken targets. Get into that a little later. Echo of Instability, defeating targets with grenades, grants Volatile to void weapons. Echo of Harvest, defeating weakened targets, creates Orb of Power and a Void Breach. Now with this season's seasonal artifacts, you have some corners you can cut, because the seasonal artifact in 5th column, it will allow you to apply a weakening pulse to enemies, so you don't necessarily need that fragment for your grenade. You can swap that for something else like Echo of Persistence. So your void buffs, your Devour, and Overshields will have increased duration. You can do Echo of Expulsion. I like this for solo play like Lost Sectors. Now, in the event you do that, you may or may not get your grenade back at the same pace, because now you're killing the enemies faster. If you don't kill the enemies fast enough, they'll be, being ticked by the grenade longer, so it will recharge faster. With the Controverse Hold, as you're damaging enemies with your grenade, it refills and gives you grenade energy. So the key there is to keep damaging them and not necessarily overkilling them so quick. You have Unto the Breach, defeating a Void debuff target creates a Void Breach while Void subclass is equipped. Picking up a Void Breach will give you an Overshield or refresh your existing Overshield. And then Supernova, picking up a Void Breach will cause your next source of Void damage to create a large weakening pulse. Now regarding your gear mod, starting with your helmet, Radiant Light for group activities. Otherwise, throw on Hands On. You want your Void Siphon, then Ashes to Assets. Now for your arms, you want Momentum Transfer, bolstering detonation and firepower. And now, as I mentioned earlier, our choice of exotic is the Controverse Hold. You resist incoming damage while charging your Void Grenade. Charge Void Grenade hits, return grenade energy. Now the key there is to kind of cook that grenade, put it in a nice spot where the enemies are kind of funneling in, so you keep rinsing that grenade energy back, and proceed from there. Now on your chest, per content you throw on 1 to 2 damage resistances of said type, and then your ammo reserves. If you do 1 damage resist, put the rest to ammo reserves. On legs you want Recuperation, Vigoration, or Absolution, and then 1 weapon surge. Now, if you want to kind of increase your damage a bit, throw on 2 weapon surges, preferably Void, when you're using your Void weapon to keep the volatile up. On a class item, you want Bomber, Reaper, Proximity Ward, or Explosive Finisher. Now, between Proximity Ward and Explosive Finisher, that will depend on a per content basis and your playstyle, but you want Bomber and Reaper on there for sure. Now regarding budget weapons, you have for this season, Season 21, Season of the Deep, you have your Positive Outlook, Void Auto Rifle, that can drop from just doing Vanguard activities. Now here we're looking for destabilizing in the 4th column, which will make final blows cause nearby targets to become volatile, further keeping everything volatile, doing more damage, more burst damage. Or Repulsor Brace, defeating a void debuff target, you get an overshield through that as well. In addition to, when we create the void breaches, those also give us overshield, so we'll either refresh the void shield with Repulsor Brace, or refresh it with the void breach. Now regarding 3rd columns, not really any good options. For PvE, the best one would be the Ambitious Assassin, so it'll overflow the mag based on the number of rapid kills before reloading. Now this only matters in lower tier content because the enemies will be easier to kill, so you can get a rapid amount killed to overflow the mag. Harder content, you may not get as much, unless you kind of pair it up with your grenade and finish them off from there. Now, another good weapon, the best in slot one would be your age-old bond. This is best in slot for 2 reasons. It's shapeable, and you can get repulsor and destabilizing, all in the same weapon. Doesn't get any better than that. To note, with the explosive pact origin trait, when activating your grenade and any grenade final blows will grant additional stacks, but you'll get bonus stability and reload speed. Emphasis on the reload speed. So you get a very, very fast reload to keep using volatile. That's your best option there. Top slot, you can run your Malfeasance. Budget weapon, you can get it via the exotic quest. Make a dedicated video to that, but you proceed through that whole quest line, you get a free hand cannon. Pregnant grenade launcher, you get repulsor and destabilizing as well on your power weapon now. You can ensure you can get those proc, because it'll do some nasty damage. And that's budget because it's from Season of Defiance. Still have time to get it shaped and leveled up if you haven't already. Otherwise, you can do a swarm if you have one. Doesn't have to be adept, you just miss out on the extra adept big one spec. But it's via arc, with all the arc surge going on and all the arc shield. You're looking for damaging things, so in 4th column, something like target lock serve you well. In our case, 3rd column's kinda interesting. We have offhand strike. That's kind of what I use. Feeding frenzy's good as well, keep the reloads going. Ooh, you made it to the end. Now time for a quick recap. We've talked about the Void Warlock subclass. I gave you guys all the fragments that I recommend you use for this particular build, budget build with the Controverse Hold exotic. Then I gave you guys a few alternative options because of the seasonal artifacts that allow you to cut some corners. Then I gave you guys some budget weapons as well to help you, and then a best in slot weapon. Expect more budget build videos regarding all the exotics you can get for free via Ikorra at the tower. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more budget builds.